It's Kiwi. Welcome back to another chapter of One Piece 1059. Oh my gosh, it is exciting. And I'm here with my guest host. And can you introduce yourself?
Anyone here can call me Rack. I go by many names, but anywhere you can find me will be YouTube, Twitch. I do fighting games, sometimes Yu-Gi-Oh, etc. And I'm just a One Piece lover. That's all I have to say.
Yep. Anyway, Rack, what do you think of this chapter? Like, before we get into the needle details, what do you think of the cover page about Katakuri and Oven and stuff like that?
I just want to say that I absolutely love it. I just wish I didn't read the description of the picture because I have been waiting for the Charlotte family to go at odds with each other for so long.
Oh, really? Why do you why do you say that?
The what ifs between power scaling
Oh
is
God, the
just
power scaling. You know, One Piece doesn't really have that much power scaling.
I mean, One Piece is the greatest in power scaling. I don't know what you're talking about. It's just like how Dragon Ball's power scaling is through the roof. I mean, amazing.
Okay, well, you got your point there, but I don't want to bring power scale into a situation that I don't think
We'll
we
save
could.
that for later.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So okay, so let's. So what do you think about so far the chapter? Like, let's start with where Marco, and then we go to Yamato, then we go to the juicy things.
Um, I'm a little angry due to the recent chapters really teasing Shanks with us,
Yeah.
but I'm enjoying the fact that Marco got to say goodbye at least before he set off. We got a little bit of a flashback at the beginning, so
Hmm. I mean, it does make sense why. It does make sense why Shanks is there now, because I was wondering, like, why is Shanks doing here if he's not meeting Luffy? Like, what the heck? And it makes more sense now.
I find
So
it really funny to just see them like just walking across the street from each other, right? Haven't seen each other in years, and it's just
there's a joke saying in the community that Shanks is like a Uber for Marco.
I mean, he only needs one hand to drive anyway.
I mean Uber. Like technically, Shanks is doing Ubers now for Marco apparently.
I guess.
I mean, why would he like appear there not with Luffy? Say, okay, well, I'm here to pick up Marco. Bye.
Mom, pick me up. I'm scared.
And he called Shanks kid. It's hilarious. Anyway, um, so with Yamato, like as much as thing, I figured this is the reasoning why Yamato is not joining. It's so obvious. Like for me, it's like I was kind of a bit sad because, or kind of happy a little bit. It's 50-50 with me with Yamato. I want her to join, but at the same time, I don't want her to join. I don't know. It's just me. It's just I felt like I want her to join, but at the same time, like who's gonna help the Wano Kingdom? Who's gonna help make Momonosuke. Like this is before Momonosuke grown up. I always knew that in my back of my mind that Yamato's gonna stay and help Momo out, and I had that inkling that she's gonna stay, and there you go. It just proved my inkling, like the woman intuition kind of thing. Anyway, what do you think about that?
First off, I'm offended you think I don't have any intuition. Okay.
I said woman intuition. I didn't say
Hmm.
you.
And second off, Yamato is a very interesting character. The fandom
Mm-hmm.
has really solidified the place of Straw Hat onto their back, but it seems like it's just going to be another Vivi, which I really don't like, because if it is, then that means that we're probably only going to see Yamato maybe once or twice
But I
again.
have a theory about Vivi, you'll see what I mean. There's a why.
Hmm.
I will tell you why. Oh, that. But anyway, continue.
Okay. Um, I do believe that if Yamato did join the crew, then
Mm-hmm.
Sanji would be a little bit happier about his bounty, just because. I mean, he
Why?
Yamato will definitely have a higher bounty being Kaido's son, right?
Yeah.
That's a guarantee. But that's only if the world government acknowledges that Yamato joins the crew.
Yeah.
So, what about speculation on the bounties, like of Yamato? What do you think the highest might be?
I would
Just
say 2 million, 2 billion.
hmm,
Because
maybe, maybe.
I can see her title as like the son of Kaido, and she's also kind of strong, but not that strong. So they will see how strong she is, and it's by vary because like with Luffy, he has titles. Even like he doesn't even want it. He has titles, and then people calling him the fifth emperor. Now he's the emperor himself. So yeah, it's kind
Just
of
the fifth emperor, the fleet admiral, everything. It's.
yeah,
I think it's a little too much for him to understand quite how important he is to his own world,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And with the world government becoming a little more,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say centralized, but
Mm-hmm.
we're seeing them get things under control a lot more, right?
Mm-hmm.
For what they can do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, with Luffy becoming more of a threat, I feel
Yeah.
like we're going to get back to like starting era One Piece, where the world government is going to be a big figure again, and not just something that is there for
Mm-hmm.
plot points or just
Yeah.
random enemies to beat down while you're going along.
Yeah, I understand that. Wow, that's crazy. So with the okay, let's go in the next section. Let me just put that up. So in the next session, and I know everybody's hyped up about this so much, the Amazon Lily, where they want Kobe versus Boa Hancock kind of fights and stuff because they want Kobe to win or Boa or whatever, whose feet, whatever. Anyway, what do you think about this interactions and
I believe Twitter's going crazy over something that didn't happen. Personally, right? And I do love the chapter, and I loved everything that happened there. I just wish that
mm-hmm.
Boa versus Kobe wasn't a thing on people's minds,
Yeah.
right? Because almost anyone versus Boa in like an actual fight, they'd probably lose, except for
Mm-hmm.
Luffy. And it's not that she's super strong or anything. It's just, I mean,
She has the
even characters,
charm.
yeah, she has that woman-like charm to her. So I feel
Oh
like
my.
that would be a very one-sided fight. Maybe only one thing happens.
But what do you think? So what do you think about the new weapon, the SSJ, the new pacifista? Then after pacifista, we'll talk about who came in. So let's talk about the new pacifista, about the new weapons. What do you think about that? And what is Vegapunk thinking about making this thing?
I I understand like why they made uh the Lumion pacifista, but what really confused
Lunarian,
me,
not
yeah,
Lumian.
Yeah,
Lor-
I know. I was blanking on the name, so I just okay.
Lor-
But the boa the boa
yeah,
pacifista is a very odd decision because not many people
yeah.
fear boa as much as they just
Mm-hmm.
you know
Oh, I know.
we all know.
We all know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think Blackbeard want Boa's devil fruit? I mean, he came in there wanting her devil fruit. Like, is it kind of like the same as Luffy? It has a secret kind of thing we don't know, or something kind of like that. Because why is he interested of a certain devil fruit like that? Because for me, I would in my mind, I'm more interested in Luffy's, because Luffy's like a, a Nika god, you know? So why Boa's not Luffy's?
Well, isn't it odd? He's a handsome devil. I mean, everyone, even more than Boa, Luffy would be attracted to him. I mean,
Who?
like he already
Blackbeard?
yeah, definitely Blackbeard.
No! Are
I
you
mean
nuts? Are you nuts? No.
I
No,
mean
no,
like
no, no. No, 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 no,
they
no.
did have a little bit of a moment,
Oh
right?
god. No.
So
Don't even
feel like that would
no. No.
that'd be a possibility.
No, do not
And,
say that. Don't
I
ruin
think it
it.
would definitely be a threat.
Do not ruin that. Guys, do not put that as a ship. I swear to God, if you put that as a ship and try to do that, I you,
Strawbeard.
oh God, no.
Yes. We definitely need that.
No, 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 I can't forgive that. That's too much. I can't. Okay, so with Kobe and since Boa like kind of like frozen them, and well, sorry, let's go rewind back.
Yeah.
Little Mihawk, little baby Mihawk, that kind of thing. What the heck? Like, I'm thinking in my head, like Vegapunk. Are you using the kids that smoker, or is that the kids in the smoker?
I mean, we haven't really seen much from Punk Hazard
I mean, think
at
about it.
all.
Okay, think
So,
about it, because if you think about it, maybe Vegapunk has DNAs from Lorraine. That's why they were instinct, because he was collecting some samples, DNAs and stuff. So, during that time, he got the DNA from Lorraine and put it this with giant kids. Now you may ask, how are they look like the warlords? Basically, it could be is that every time, maybe when they enter a warlord kind of thing, they had to do some DNA kind of thing, or make sure they're real, who they are and stuff, and thing. Because how would they get Boa's DNA? How did they get Mihawk's DNA and stuff like that, and move the way it is?
I feel like CP0 definitely has a hand to play in this,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because unless the world government also has like a secret facility
Mm-hmm.
for the Lumerians, uh
I
that
think they go in sync, but it's more like they use them as test subjects. Got like what they don't want is to learn it because they're powerful, so they're gonna kill them off, get their DNA, and then inject it to those kids.
yeah, but if you think about this,
Mm-hmm.
was anyone watching Zoro and King's fight? And if so, and
Mm-hmm.
we didn't see them at all,
Yeah.
did they have any hands to play after the defeat of King while Zoro was preoccupied with some unearthly beings?
No, I don't think so.
Hmm.
To me, I think King, the reason he hide and thing is because he was like thing. I doubt, since he was there, I think he was trying to hide his identity because the government will know that he is there.
Hmm.
Because think about it. Like, if CP, the CP0, like, the association where Rob Lucci and stuff are, they would know about King. They would know, hey, he's a Larnaria. Can we do something about him? Or can we do this and that because, that's something. So that's what I'm asking. Like, it's kind of strange, but I think that's what's happening is that they don't really know if King, because remember, King didn't even show his face only to Zoro when Zoro kind of thing. So in my sense, they don't know if King is Lorraine, Anarian.
That is a very fair point, but that grows the question: will we see more? Because if we do see more of that very
Hmm.
secretive race, then I want to know, is King like just the strongest out of them, or will we have some real fighters? Because the One Piece movies also hold a very high
Hmm.
position with just random bits of lore that they drop here and there,
Yeah.
right?
True.
For
True. True.
for example, like with Shiki, right? Just some random bits of lore turned
I
into
mean, Shigi's coming back. I know
yeah.
for a fact. Because okay, so the reason I'm saying Shigi's coming back is because if you look at the video and he said to his scientists, he says, how long is this project gonna go? She said it takes about 23 years. So in the present time, what time is it? 20, right? Because in Wano, we already know that it's already 20 years after what happened to the Wano country. So after that 20, then we need 3 more years, meaning Shiki is gonna appear after that 3 years.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Imagine if there's another time skip in some way, because like I
Yeah.
feel like we won't need it,
No, we don't
but
need it.
yeah, but it would be because there are a lot of
Yeah.
places that we all think the Straw Hats are going, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I think there are three that can come off my head right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Elbaf, obviously, Lafto, which is going to be the very end, right?
Could
And the
be.
island
Yeah.
they're going to now,
Yeah.
right? Which I don't
Mm-hmm.
believe I've seen any speculation on just yet, but if you have, then I would
Mm-hmm.
love to hear it.
I have a lot. Like I watched so many speculations, crazy. Anyway, let's continue and talk about what I want to talk about. So it feels like Blackbeard and Kobe, like with Blackbeard, he's treating Kobe like nice. Usually, when he's into that thing, he kind of like, ha ha ha, I don't care. Like he will get what he wants. But with Kobe, like, hey, you helped me out back to that incident port. Hey, it's like he's talking to him friendly, and to me, it's like, wait a second, why are you talking to Kobe like you guys are some kind of nakama? Is it because of Kuzan? Is it because of the sword? Is it because of that? Hmm? Maybe he knows about sword because Kobe is in sword?
Hmm, that could be it. But I feel like, because with the abduction and everything, right? Just
No, no,
Blackbeard.
no. The same.
We'll, we'll we'll save that for later. But I believe that Blackbeard isn't so much trying to
Yeah,
reconcile or just find some common ground. I believe that he's attempting to make his
yeah.
way into the Navy and just the
Mm-hmm.
overall organization of the Marines, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, we know now that Kobe is a very, at least
Yes.
for normal people standards, a very influential figure in the world government.
Mm-hmm.
So it would serve Blackbeard very well, seeing as this is not the first time he has allied with the world government to aid his own, um,
Mm-hmm.
let let's say, selfish benefits, because he doesn't really want that much freedom.
Mm-hmm.
So if he can get inside of Kobe's head and attempt to trick him or just convert him over to his side, which I that is the last thing I believe is going to happen. Then I mean,
Hey, we
what else
don't
do you?
know. We don't know. He may be crazy, you know, like he's good at manipulate. Like you have okay, so what I think about it is I talked to this to one of my good friend Black. She's um I forget his name. I can't say that. Anyway, I talked to one of my friend. I think you know him. He goes by Black Jesus or something. But me and him talk One Piece, and we were talking about like how crazy it would be if like Shanks was manipulating um Luffy, and his real goal is to get the One Piece and stuff. He just wants to nurture Luffy and stuff.
Oh, okay. So I assume that you were also speaking on that one scene where Shanks met with the world leaders. Then, just judging off of the conversation.
Mm, yeah, but it's more of the story. Like, I'll tell you more about it. But anyway, okay, so Rayleigh comes in to save Boa because Boa's get choked. She's like, Blackbeard's gonna kill it, and Kobe's like, "Hey, chill, do not kill. Like, chill." So, um, Rayleigh steps in like a badass here, saying, "Hey, I don't want to draw this out and stuff." And Blackbeard's like, Blackbeard should have just called bluff. I swear, if he called bluff, he could have got.
I mean, Rayleigh definitely took some inspiration from Shanks in the Paramount War, I'd say. I mean, he just threatened them and caused the fighting to stop. He definitely
Yeah,
wanted
but
just a little bit of
but,
clout.
but Blackbeard could have just Oh my god.
He could have just ended it right there,
Yeah, he
but
could have just ended, but no.
I feel like that caused even more problems than what actually happened.
You think so?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
mean, like, an island's leader, a previous warlord, and an incredibly strong pirate, right?
Yes.
Just
Mm-hmm.
targeted by Blackbeard, right? That would raise his threat level extremely high. Because, I mean,
That is true. That is
there will
very,
be,
very true.
in the One Piece world, I feel like there would be a lot of speculation as to what they were clashing about,
Mm-hmm.
right? Aside, because even though I was joking earlier, I do feel like people will
Mm-hmm.
wonder why they would go after Boa's fruit, considering most of their crew, at least me personally, I don't believe has the capabilities
Uh-huh.
of using the fruit the way Boa does.
Yeah.
At least, I
Well,
mean,
Katarina thinks she's pretty and that her thing, so I think Katarina wants that devil fruit.
mm, that raises a different question. Can Blackbeard help his crew get multiple devil fruits, as just like him, rather?
Yeah, could be. So, all right. So, with the clout saying that, I'm actually glad that Boa is safe, but that's raised the question of, since Rayleigh is here, they have to relocate. Like something has to do because they can't stay there forever. Like Rayleigh said, like since like the weapons, the combat is not protecting them anymore, where are they gonna go? And I think Rayleigh's there is that I think it's time to put up Luffy's flag, you know? Because Luffy's gonna protect them. If Luffy is a Yonko, kinda have,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the moment
or
places
or
start,
or the fleet. If Boa really wants to join Luffy, join the fleet.
that would be amazing, actually. Just seeing Boa take up a leadership role, and you know that she's probably going to lie, right? Say that she's Luffy's wife or future
Yeah.
wife or whatever just to
Yeah.
get a top spot
Yeah.
and probably not even realize what she's doing until it's already done. But
Luffy's like, no, nope,
I can
nope.
just imagine a funny scene. They meet up, right? Bo is explaining all the work that she's done as like just one of the big influences in the Grand Fleet, and Luffy's just shaking his head like I didn't even know you were in it, right? I never knew
Oh,
you joined.
yeah, I didn't know you joined. I don't even know why. I don't even want this. Why? He shakes his head like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the moment Luffy's flag
Mhm.
starts waving around places
Yeah.
more than like Fishman Island is
Yeah.
the point where we all get a lot more serious about this. Because if you
Mhm.
realize just how many places have the ability to use that flag that Luffy
Do
has
you
liberated,
do you
he actually
think
has a lot of territory.
Dressrosa, keep that in mind. We'll put out the flag. Dressrosa. Where is that thing? Dressrosa, Fishman Island, which we know. Oh, what was it? Frankie's home place. Water Seven.
Mm. I feel like places that are very critical of pirates will have a little regurgence when it
I
comes
think Water
to putting up the
Seven is
flag.
going to be Luffy's territory
Yeah,
because pirates are there too and stuff. So,
I can definitely see
and
that.
in the entire town, think of them as heroes and kind of like, oh, Luffy, let me see. They have like
Yeah.
it's kind
Along
of
with all the shipwrights, it would be a good place to reconvene for like just a
yeah.
better, you know, planning period slash reconstruction if
Mm-hmm.
anything gets damaged outside of just their bodies, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like the Straw Hat Grand Fleet is probably going to be there a lot if this does occur to be
Yeah.
a prevalent place for Luffy.
Okay. So we are gonna talk about Kobe now that got kidnapped. So you started. I have a lot of things to say, but you
Okay,
started.
okay, okay. Now, here's the question.
Okay.
Did Kobe want to get kidnapped, or was he just that weak to a point where he got kidnapped? Because we have Blackbeard did say that
Mhm.
Boa wiped out most of his crew
Yeah.
with the blast, right? But does that mean that Blackbeard fought Kobe, or does that mean that during the agreement of which
Mhm.
Blackbeard let Boa go, that they somehow auctioned off Kobe off screen, right, or
For
off paper?
me, I think that Blackbeard has something planned going on to Kobe because, like, I don't see, like, for me, Kobe's not as much as a coward as he much is. He's looking at a situation where there's beneficial and fighting with, how he is. He's not being trying to coward or stop doing this and stuff. He's trying to find benefit for both thing. So in I'm saying is that Blackbeard might force Kobe to eat a devil fruit where Kobe never had a devil fruit force. And to me, I feel like Kobe might get something tortured or something that end up him corrupting what his stand, and maybe that's why him and Luffy are gonna fight later on.
Mm, that that could actually be a really interesting plot point, actually.
I mean,
But
to what I said that is because I I can't say I hate myself. But anyway, so that's why I said Kobe. I have a feeling that Kobe is like wanted. I didn't. it's more of negotiation kind of join in. I don't think he uh went like because Rayleigh said let go, get everybody thing, even said he's gonna be there. So I feel like Blackbeard, while he's going out, same with Kobe, since he's out of Amazon Lily, he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna destroy you guys. And then Kobe's like, hey, let's organize, negotiate. I will be the one. And then maybe he'd, like, uh, like, be the one who sacrificed for his thing. That's why the Marines, like, oh, Captain Kobe, we don't know where he is, blah, blah, blah.
Mm, I I feel like Kobe's smart enough to make that decision, but I don't feel like Kobe may. I don't.
Think about it.
Oda is
Kuzan,
a
listen,
godsend.
Kuzan is there with Blackbeard.
That
So,
is correct.
if he decided to go with them, he can talk to Kuzan.
That is true. Mm, this is a really like I
Think
feel like
about
it
it.
could happen, but at the same time, it's
I
like
mean, think, okay,
Oda's smart, but is he that? I
yeah,
mean,
he's a god.
you're right. He has gotta. So
I mean, nobody could predict what happened, so bruh.
I guarantee that
No,
as
like,
soon
I'll
as
be
we get
honest with you, the
done,
way I say it, nobody has thought of it. Because I watch all the videos that has come out with this chapter. No one has ever mentioned the way I mention it.
what do we think Aokiji
Okay, because we
and
know that Aokiji is in swords. We know that, what's his name? The pirates, X Drake is in swords because we saw a scene where Kobe and him were talking about it. So, in my suggestion, or maybe he's not in sword, but maybe he knows that because you remember, like the elders and the fleet admirals know, hey, Kuzan joins the thing, and Garp likes to blabble a lot about to Kobe about secret information that he's not supposed to know. So Kobe, as someone who's under Garp, knows about that.
mm, why am I just I'm sorry. I'm recalling Tom Holland. As soon as you
Also,
said
also,
as
Smoker got counter with Aokiji as well.
do we think that they were silencing? Is might that be some goal of some kind to
Silencing.
silence certain people? Because
I
if
don't think
so,
so. I think for me, I think Aokiji purposely tells Blackbeard, say, hey, you need to capture Kobe. Since we didn't get the devil fruit, you need to get Kobe.
could Blackbeard be part of something greater than just being a pirate?
I mean, he has the knowledge about the devil fruits. He has knowledge about a lot of things that we people don't even know about.
That is true. But do we think that with all the devil fruit books and studies that he's, read
Mhm.
and conversed over himself, right? That he really found a way on his own, right? Even not knowing the 800-year period, that he somehow found a way by himself
Mhm.
to take other people's devil fruits.
I have a feeling, and this is something that is so big that is not even said. I have a feeling that he's related to Vegapunk. A lot of people said that he's related to Rox, but I'm starting to think he's related to Vegapunk.
That is interesting, and I will not say I disagree.
No,
I'm
but
just
think about it
saying.
because he can't sleep. Think about it, he can't sleep, right? A complete human cannot sleep. That's impossible. Could be that Vegapunk experimental teach when he was a boy.
That is true. Do we think that possibly he could be related to
Like,
rocks on a biological level, like how
mm,
we were talking about earlier with the pacifistas.
he could, but I have a feeling that um like a lot of people speculate like, okay, he's related to rocks, blah blah blah. For me, I don't, like, I get the point, but where is the logic of evidential? Because for me, how would, like, if you think about it, how would Blackbeard know about this knowledge? How would he know about this devil fruit kind of thing? How would he know that this certain devil fruit that he has that can, like, force, like, like the black hole, the, the black thing? How does he know? And why is he special? Why can he eat two devil fruits when we know that only devil fruits, we know that devil fruits, when you eat two, it destroys you. So if you think about it, could it be that he was an experimental when he was a kid and Blackbeard found him, Whitebeard found him?
Hmm.
Because if you think about it, he cannot sleep, Buggy said. And same with Marco, who said he has an unusual body where it allows two devil fruits to be eaten, where it's impossible to eat it by a regular person.
Okay. Well, we okay. I want to go along the line that we know that Dr. Vegapunk isn't completely on the world government side, right?
He does what he does. If
Yeah,
so, Vega. What I see about Vegapunk is not neither he's in a good side or a bad side. What's scary about him is that who's willing to give him the most interesting experiment. That's what's scary about Vegapunk. It's not because, oh, I'm in the good side or this bad side. What Vegapunk wants is invention, things to research, things that experimental. So think about that. Like, oh, like you could say, "Hey, Vegapunk, I have something experimental for you. Here's the child." They experimented it, and he agrees. Okay, yeah, whatever. And then Dragon, who knows Vegapunk too, yeah, I have. Can you program Kuma? Blah blah blah, something. So he's like, okay, sure, I love to mess around with Kuma. He's that kind of guy, and that's what's scary about him. And he's neither good or bad, but he's just he's so curious about his entire uh like, he wants more stuff that it's scary. And that's the kind of thing that I see as Vegapunk is.
mm, that opens up an entirely new door as what would count as an
Because it don't
experiment
make
for Vegapunk.
sense. Listen, listen, listen. It just don't make sense why he's helping the world government and Dragon and other people that knows about him. It just don't make sense.
That is true. Do we think that Vegapunk has like a grand plan? Because we still have yet to really see Vegapunk, right?
I
But
feel like he wants to. I think what his goal is, eternal research. Eternal. I know I'm going ahead, but you know how most people is. They want eternal life. So Vegapunk is interested in looking about devil fruits because devil fruits technically has powers of kind of like eternal kind of thing. And within, he's trying to find its secrets. Why is it this power? Why is it going, like, if the user dies, why this and that and that? And why is the fruit not dying without the users?
hmm,
I mean, if you
fair
think
enough.
about, like, what's that called, Brooks's devil fruit, technically that's kind of like breaking what Vegapunk wants.
Okay, actually, I've heard a theory about Brook's devil fruit. Do we think that Brook can eat multiple devil fruits if he is already, dead? Like the physiology of his body, I don't feel like that would react to two devil fruits. Or do we
No, because
believe
the
that?
devil fruit, no, no.
Yeah, I
It's
feel
still,
like
no, I feel like it's still gonna be the same, that he's still gonna, because the reason it's exceptional to white Blackbeard is because Blackbeard got experimental. Keep in mind that Vegapunk can turn a things item into a devil fruit. Like remember that freaking what's his name? I hate that guy. That's why I don't like him. That's why I forget his name. The
Elephant
one,
Sword.
yeah, the elephant, like the guy.
We
He
shall
can,
not name him.
yeah, he can go. Sorry for my cussing, but he can go if the but yeah, so what I'm trying to say is that that sword was technically a sword, and it ate the elephant fruit and became an elephant. So if he can do that, isn't that impossible to have a human experimental to eat two devil fruits? To him that's interesting.
Hmm. I believe that Vegapunk is definitely going to be a
And
mad
that
scientist
is what
to
I
eat
think the Seraphim is. They ate two devil fruits.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Because
No.
if you think about it, why would you need the warlords when the warlords only have one power and conquers hockey when he already experimented like a lookalike of a warlord where everybody fear and stuff, because I feel like the reason Vegapunk put the genetics in there is because people fear them, and then putting those to the SSJ Pacifista is because to people they'll think, oh, since we don't need the warlords, we have them, you know.
Mm, mm, fair enough. Mm, do we think that the world government is trying to hide things from the admirals? Because
Yes,
I mean, no, like I mean hide things because
I mean,
like getting rid of them kind of hide things.
I mean, Akainu doesn't know shit. Do you
Fair.
think he knows about Imutsama? No, I don't think so. Does he know about
Yeah,
the giant straw hat? No, I don't think so.
I don't think that he knows about such
Does he
things,
know
but he
about
is
Luffy's devil
still.
fruit? No, he doesn't.
The question is, what do they do to replace them? Because the
Silence them.
pacifistas are still not on a level where they can
I
contend
think
with
I think
admirals.
they're testing them out to see, and then after the thing they report to Vegapunk, Vegapunk modify them.
Hmm. Hmm. I mean, that.
To Vegapunk, his research is more important than he doesn't care if you're a good guy or a bad guy.
Hmm. Do you think that we will meet? Sorry, well, the Straw Hats will meet Vegapunk at any point in the story, right?
Yes.
If we do believe this, and it's
Yes.
going to be an actual thing, I feel like first it's going to be a joke with Frankie, Luffy, and Chopper,
No,
Usopp,
it's
right?
because
They're gonna
the
want
reason I
something
said
else.
that is going to be reason of Vivi.
Vivi.
No,
Mm.
okay. So the reason I said that is because I've been preaching this and people start taking my theories. I hate them, but people start taking my theories. I should never said anything, but people start thinking it. And I am so mad that I told them that Vivi is an ancient weapon. Pluton. Now, before you're
Mm.
like shaking and like, wait, what? Pluton is in Wano and stuff. What I mean is that, like, she is the key to control the ship. What I mean is she's the control. Like, just like Shirahoshi, she has the power to command over the Sea Kings. Same with Vivi, she has the power to command Pluton, where she can use Pluton.
Mm.
Because the reason I said that is because Insama is like if you think about Insama, he was targeting Vivi. He was targeting. He crossed out Luffy's face. He crossed out. What's his name? Blackbeard. He crossed out Shirahoshi, like stabbed Shirahoshi, and he has a picture of Vivi. Why out of those three? Why Vivi? And why is Vivi have that the thing? And people say, oh, maybe it's because she's from the Celestial Dragons and stuff or something. I don't think so. It's not just about lineage. If that's the case, then Doflamingo, like, what the heck? I mean, he was a freaking celestial dragon, you know? Like, he was an actual celestial dragon. So, if that's the case, what about Doflamingo? It's about because Vivi is also an ancient weapon.
Do we think that Blackbeard and Luffy are also ancient weapons? Or just things that are very influential to these ancient weapons?
I
We
have a
know Luffy
feeling that
definitely
the
is.
fruit chose
Hmm. Might there be a little rivalry between the fruits?
yeah,
Possibly like a
yeah.
generational thing?
So I have okay. So with devil fruits, I want to make because I'm gonna plan on thinking about making a video, and this is gonna be difficult because I'm gonna have to. So and I'll just give you what I was gonna say, and then I'll just make more. So my idea with the devil fruits, with Luffy and Blackbeard, especially them, is that Luffy's devil fruit is we can call the Sangha Nika, and we know that it's like has we know what it is, and we also know about um Blackbeard's devil fruit, and we know how two different devil fruits that is so like one is like a dark fruit and one's like a light fruit technically, and they're completely opposite to each other.
Hmm.
So to me, I feel like the devil fruit with Luffy giving thing. I feel like the devil fruit wanted him to have that fruit. With Blackbeard, he was struggling to find it. He was almost giving up until his best friend, and then ding, you see the complete opposite.
Hmm. I,
Shanks got the thing, got the thing, and let's just say, um, got the dove fruit. He didn't eat it. He was thinking about eating it, but instead, a boy who so young ate it, opened the chest, ate that fruit so easily, where Blackbeard has to go to each thing, try to find this devil fruit until one of his closest friend, found it and killed it. You see that complete opposite?
hmm. That could be very interesting.
Because the opposite of like it's easy to get like Luffy because Luffy's like it's like it's like a thing when Blackbeard struggle like with Luffy and Vegapunk. Luffy has the freedom of thing. You could say, let's just add, he got experimental, like I said, to with Vegapunk, and he knows about how torturous the world is. So you have Blackbeard, who is opposite of freedom to Luffy, he is freedom.
Hmm. Blackbeard is already a pretty big headpiece just on his own,
And then
but
people
if we
think
were
that
to
he has
believe,
three personality, and that's three person, and that's also I think Vegapunk did that. That's why he
hmm,
could eat a devil fruit.
I have heard that before, definitely. Um,
Let's
if
add
we were
that.
to believe
Let's
that,
add that.
if
Let's
we were to
add.
believe that all of this is true, then that would set up a much bigger villain, but they would have to change it a little bit, considering I don't believe that these mixed personalities are strong enough at the moment, right?
Yeah, I know.
For
I.
example, with the Kaido, like whenever he was drinking, right,
Mhm.
he went through extremely quick stages
Mhm.
of drunk, right?
Yes,
Which
of course.
was entertaining, right? But say that those were different personalities, for example, with Blackbeard's case,
It makes
you
more
would need
sense.
to,
It makes more sense that he got experimented instead of um that personality disorder kind of thing.
yeah, and like where were all of these personalities before?
Because they
Right?
think because of the Jolly Roger, because there's three skull. That's why.
Yeah, yeah.
And because every time they take a picture of Blackbeard, his teeth, there's teeth, and then no teeth, and then teeth. That's their evidence.
Okay, okay. But what about the actual personalities within Blackbeard?
I mean, they're the
Because
same.
exactly, that's what I mean. Like, I understand where the theory comes from. I understand how you might
I
um
didn't do it. I
word
didn't like listen. Just letting you
it.
know what
Don't worry, I'm not
people.
blaming. Trust
I
me, I
I
love the theory as well.
went I went on a deeper where it makes more sense that he got experimented by Vegapunk. Nobody has thought of that. I swear to God, if people took that again, I will hurt people.
I I'm definitely on your side on this
Yeah.
one, right? I'm just saying that if
Hmm.
these personalities are that similar to a
Hmm.
point where you honestly can't even tell that they exist,
Hmm.
I mean, that would be a drastic change in character for Blackbeard,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
With Kaido, it made sense because, he was always a drunkard, but
Hmm.
with multiple personalities, it's a lot harder to pull off because you need something like that to be developed. Well, since the character
Yeah,
was
and you also
introduced.
have to have a screen time for them too. So
Yeah. I mean, like, we don't want it to just be just this one trope at the very end, right? Where it never came up before, but now we just something random set it off or anything. I mean, that would just be, lazy writing, which
yeah.
Gata doesn't do,
No,
right?
he does not. No, he
No,
does not.
absolutely not.
That's why I
I
said
mean,
that I feel like Vegapunk experimented him when he was a kid. I mean, there's no way out of anybody, out of all the characters, they sleep. Like, only Blackbeard doesn't sleep. Why is that? And then he can eat two devil fruits. The only person who can do that, and I thought thing is human change the thing. And you already know Judges was experimenting one. You already know Queen was doing that also. And then Caesar. And now the genius behind everything, Vegapunk.
could San? Okay, I know that we've already established what Sanji would have as a devil fruit, right? In the SBS and such.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know, right, have only been keeping up with the actual manga and not the
Anime.
SBS, which comes out more rarely.
Yeah.
Um, in one chapter of the SBS,
Mhm.
Oda assigned devil fruits to the Straw Hats
If
that
they
did
have
not
it.
have any,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
And the thing that he assigned Sanji was interesting. We've heard it before,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Would you like to
You
explain
do.
more on?
No, you.
Okay,
Let's.
let's say let's say
Yeah.
his disappearing acts are a little better on a more literal sense outside of just camouflage,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah.
technology, it will be um thriller bark, a
All over.
very interesting invisibility fruit. I'm blanking on a name right now, but
Um, I know who you're talking about. The lion dude.
not a very important character,
He
but he was known to
I mean,
fought Gecko Moria for
what's his
Blackbeard.
name? Blackbeard's second in command has the devil fruit.
Yeah, yeah, that did happen. Rest in
So,
peace to my boy who died off screen.
in case it'll be an interesting fight
Yeah,
with
but
Zoro. Just saying.
Oh yes.
And
For
people are
anyone who's
joking about this.
wondering,
Hold on, I want to say something. People are joking since like Zora has mad respects to Mihawk now. Do you think this kid Mihawk is the one that will be him go out to become a
in my opinion, I'm thinking One Piece Next Generations when Oda finally sells out like all of his friends. Right? And little Mihawk
No,
is going to be looking up to Zoro, right? Discovering his own like pacifista history or whatever. All of
I
it
don't
is
think
going to be so
so.
amazing.
But I feel like Vegapunk is testing this human thing, and by the end of the final war, we're gonna have full pacifista, seven warlords, fully decorative. All of them are adults. All of them can fight.
Yeah, I'm oh the final war actually. Who do we think is going to be in it outside of the obvious, Luffy, Black, etc.
Actually, what I think is that we're in the One Piece. When they search for the One Piece, I think we will have the fight between Luffy versus Blackbeard.
Yeah,
Then, after we defeated the true final villain, it will be the world government where Inkzuma is.
correction. After they defeat them, then the true villain is going to be the friends we made along the way.
No,
And they finally get the One Piece,
no, they got the
and it's
One
just a
Piece.
note
Listen,
that
no,
says,
listen. They got the One Piece. That's why they were battling freaking Blackbeard out of it because Blackbeard and Luffy got into One Piece. Beat them. So in technically they both battled it out. Then that One Piece, they finally know what to do with it. Use it against the world government, and what bang!
do we think the One Piece is a weapon of some sort? Or
I
maybe
feel like it's
really.
One Piece is more just the weapon. It's not about friendship and thing. I feel like it's the power of like, because it. People say, oh, it's like the joy, laughing, enjoying and stuff. And don't don't get frustrated what I think it is because I kind of had an idea, and
You're
nobody
on
knows about this.
ice.
I got an idea, and somebody slipped it, and I'm gonna hurt him for it. But like I said, um, my my kind of thing is more of yeah, it's a half like you some kind of like a laughing like oh my god I was with you and laughing because that because and then Roger said we're not ready is because that One Piece is not technically something that most people would think. And you know what One Piece is?
Hmm.
Can you guess?
What
It's not about the friendship. I will rule that
the
out. It's
power of
not.
freedom.
No.
What do you believe the One Piece is?
Okay. I'll give you a hint. It's a thing that what Luffy has,
Hmm.
but it's a
Is it the power
secondary.
of food?
No, but it's a
No.
secondary.
Secondary. So it's not freedom, right? It's not friends. It's
No.
not food. Those are
Well,
Luffy's
it's kind of
three characteristics.
what did Luffy just do to beat Kaido?
No, that's a very broad question actually now that I think about
Uh,
it. It can't be the power of a big punch, right?
I'm talking about freaking Gear 5. The
Yeah.
ninja
Do we think that maybe like it's just a prophecy, like caveman scribbles on a wall of
I
like
have a
Luffy
feeling
in
that
Gear
it's
5?
I have a feeling is that One Piece is more of like the the One Piece is the one with underneath the Marijoa where they need to break it in order to thing in order to open the four seas.
Marie Joie is its own mystery, right? where I feel
They're gonna
like,
have to destroy Rijwa, and if they destroy it, they destroy Fishman Island.
yeah, and that is a big issue that we're gonna have to find a way around. I definitely believe that we have too many like issues going on in the world for
Hmm.
us to just go on a straight path directly to the end. And while we may be reaching our end phases, I feel like either the story
When
is going to get
Odette
a lot
said it's five
broader.
years, no, he does not mean to. There's
Yeah,
so many freaking mysteries behind, and he just did that.
yeah,
So no.
yeah. I feel like we're definitely
Yes,
gonna.
we're in the
It's either going to
final
be
saga.
movies. It's either going to be canon movies, which I think might be the case. We're going to get a lot broader episodes, maybe finally lose the recap that's 6 minutes long, right? At the beginning, right?
Or I think that what they're doing with the movies, because Uta is actually a canon character from
Yeah.
Film Red.
Canon character, not canon
He,
movie.
yeah, she's actually canon character. She's also canon backstory where the only thing that is non-canon is the festival where they were singing and
Yeah.
Shanks and yeah, but the
The
rest, which
actual movie part
yeah,
is not.
canon.
Yeah.
Like about how he met with Luffy, uh, how she was found with Shanks, and Shanks's power, freaking Shanks's name, and yes, Shanks is belong to a celestial dragon.
Yeah. You know what? I have a weird thing. I feel like
Hmm?
we can organize some sort of special interview with the movie, right? I'm probably not explaining this correctly just because I'm blanking on the word I want to use, but just picking apart the movie, right? In a good way, right?
Well, we just have
Just
to
to see
wait because
theories.
we just can wait for the movie, full movie,
Yeah.
because I want to watch it in
Yeah.
theaters. Anyway, okay, so what do you rate this chapter?
I'll just because of Twitter being Twitter and being wrong about everything in the chapter, I rate Twitter a 2 out of 10 and the chapter about 8, maybe 9 out of 10, right?
I would give it 10 out of 10 for me.
Is it
But
because Oda
actually,
wrote it?
actually, I have to lower it because certain someone had to spoil it to me, so I have to give it 8 out of 10. But yeah,
Mm. I feel attacked even though I know it's not me.
not
So,
you. I'm talking about somebody. I already told you who. Anyway,
yeah, I know.
I'm just pissed. Anyway, so that's what I think. And honestly, like, what do you predict the next chapter being? I can't say shit, but what would you predict?
I don't think that we're going to be seeing like the Straw Hats for a little bit. I think we're going to have a little break to explore like I feel like it's going to be something like Reverie where it's just going to be like
You're
a
gonna want
small
to
arc.
know about Sabo, freaking Kobe. Who else?
Yeah.
Blackbeard, Shanks. Who
We
else?
haven't
Doing
seen Smoker in so
Smoke,
long.
Smoker, Marie. What was it? What happened to the Marines? Fishman Island,
Yeah. I mean like
and what the
who here
people.
want who here misses Helma Post story,
I,
right?
you know what I really want to see the most?
What?
The reaction of what people think of Luffy and him declaring fifth, the Yonko status.
What do we
Like,
think
you
people
remember
react
how
to him beating
the
Kaido?
worldwide, like, we you remember that mangas or sometimes manga chapters or I think anime, whatever, they always include like kind of episodes or manga where they spread it a whole wide world, and we get people's reaction.
Yeah, I just really want to see like everyone's reaction to Luffy beating Kaido like at
That's what
all.
I'm talking about, like the Yonko status.
Yeah, I mean
But do you
like
think? Okay, so I have a question. This is One Piece. The One Pieces can be higher, so true, 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 true. Yeah, true, true.
yeah.
Yeah. Um. So I want to talk about my theory, like with Vivi, because I've been wanting to talk about Vivi for so long, and why what Oda did was such genius, and why she couldn't join this Straw Hat. And I'll explain to you, because to me, like, I know you felt like, oh, like Yamato did the same thing, but Yamato had a reason with Vivi. It's kind of like, yeah, she stayed, but why is Oda thing, and what is Oda planning for Vivi? So to me, officially, I had a feeling that Vivi was gonna come back to the story. Now let me explain this. When Oda, um, let Vivi stays, remember there's parts of Cobra saying about the poneglyphs. They looked at under the weapons and explained where the uh Nico Robin explains where the, Pluton is. This isn't
Yeah.
thing, and he shouldn't share it. Now, why would the ancient family, the celestial dragons, stay in Alabasta and has the location of Poneglyph, and it's the family of Nefertari if Vivi isn't the ancient weapon?
Mm. I. Mm. What if Vivi
Because
isn't so
if you
much
think,
as the ancient weapon
I mean,
as
she's control the. She's not the ancient weapon. What I'm saying, like the ancient
yeah,
weapon,
like
Pluton is the ship, but I'm trying to say
not so
she
much
has.
as
She
Shirahoshi
is.
is
Yeah,
literally.
yeah, but she's like the key to operate it, like activate it. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Like it could possibly be a bloodline thing, right?
Hmm.
That has been passed down, right? I
Hmm.
could see that happening,
Yeah,
right? Because they said the family specifically, and not just like the most recent. They specifically
yeah,
just said it lies within the family.
yeah.
So does that mean that it has
I
been
have the
piloted by
feeling.
other people before,
I
right?
have a feeling the Nefertari family in 800 years was the reason why Joy Boy was escaped and or was helped, because remember, they the celestial dragon considers Nefertari family as a betrayal. They left the thing. So why did they left it? Okay? And think about this. If they left it, and if you said that they're like bloodline 800 years, could it be that during that time the Nefertari family helped Joy Boy?
Mm. I feel like that we're gonna need a Joy Boy backstory as well, right? Not just like a few. I mean, like I kind of just want
Because
something
it's
longer than
interesting. Like honestly, nobody has think of that. I told you I'm
what
more
does
deep
Joy
in
Boy
this.
really look like? Oh my goodness! Because
Technically, he's a giant with a have a
I mean,
freaking
like
Luffy straw hat.
yeah, but I just really want to see like I feel like Oda could make an
You,
entire
you know,
journey solely on
you,
Joy Boy, just
you
like
know what's
how
funny? You know what's funny? I feel
yeah.
like when Imsama opened the giant straw hat and thinking about Joey, I feel like that's a woman saying, "I miss my man."
Do you think that
like,
the
uh,
the wanted posters are just jealousy, right?
or maybe it's more of like they remind me of Joy Boy, and I gotta know.
Possibly. They remind maybe they're getting too close to the truth, right?
Yeah, it's
Maybe it
like
was a bad
no.
breakup. Maybe that's what happened to Joy Boy.
Yeah, bad breakup. Like, how dare you? And and then that's why Roger was
You wanted to
laughing.
be free? Well, you can be free without me.
No, no, you be funny if Roger was laughing at Imu and Joy Boy's love story, and that's like they break up.
Oh, that would be. Wait a minute. Okay, okay, wait.
And that's why Imu-sama is embarrassed because I see this person
No,
that
wait a
so I have
minute.
to quit it.
So if Luffy meets Imusama, right? What
Yeah,
if like unwillingly he turns gear 5 and
yeah,
then they just have a conversation. Luffy is like backseated, right? And Joy Boy
yeah.
just fully comes out. They have a full on conversation, argument, right? Without the crew, right? They're all wondering what's
Yeah.
going on in the back, right?
Same with
And
the
they're
world government.
yeah, and then like they just leaving like Zoro and Sanji, right?
Like, what are
Just
they
trying to
talking
really confused. I can imagine that being it's either going to be really funny or everyone's going to be
I mean,
prepared for a
if
fight.
Oda put a ridiculous power on Luffy, do you not find what ridiculous could it be that Insama could be secret, like they had a intimacy between Joy Boy and Thing, and they broke up in a kind of hilarious way.
I believe that Oda is a very funny man.
Very funny
And
man. Like, oh my god, that is a theory, guys. Guys, listen, listen. That's a new theory. Okay? Could be that Imsama is upset because people are gonna find out the truth, and that's why she wiped out the entire 800 family because she's upset that Joy Boy and her didn't, and
it
shit.
didn't work out.
Yeah. So she
Mm.
took out her frustration. That's why she created this. That's why she wants to be.
Ah, wait a minute. Can people put souls into devil fruits? Because we know that Zoans,
I
right?
mean, technically, Big Mom has it.
No, I mean like not just this, fruits that actively, are so their sole purpose
I
is the
mean,
soul. I mean like cuz we know that with awakened Zoans, right? The
mhm.
actual like animal
I mean,
souls
Mother
that
Caramel
fall.
did that. Mother
Yeah.
Caramel did that.
So do
Putting
we
souls,
think that
yes,
maybe Joy Boy is trapped inside of the Nika fruit?
could be.
That could be a very interesting thing.
And if he does, and he sees, this boy is like me, I will make him eat it instead of this Shank man who shanks. I have a feeling might want to get the thing because he already know about the devil fruit, everything about it and stuff. And then to me, people stares, oh Ace, because like in Shanks, like why is he not going to Ace if he wants to? Because if I was in situation, if I want to give a devil fruit, I will go to where Shanks is, like find Shanks at. Like he has the hockey to search people, just like Rayleigh. Rayleigh can even sense how many animals and shit or thing he can do that. I mean, he has a very powerful hockey, so he could find where the boy is.
Fair.
So there is your thing about, like, I'm debunking everybody's theory right now. Thank
Are
God.
you debunking your theories since everyone's stealing them apparently?
No, my theories, I try to debunk them, but no, they're too evidential.
You're trying to debunk your own theories?
Yeah, I try to because I want to make my thing to wrong, but apparently it's just going sideways with Oda. It's just
Hmm.
not going.
Why don't I believe that?
I mean, think about it. Like, so I told everybody, and this is what I think. Like everybody said, "Oh, it's a when Wano first was speculated, right? Like thing." I told everybody that Zoro's arc is just gonna be sword, and he's just gonna get a sword, and he's just gonna be having this thing. People speculated like, "Oh, Zoro's family, Zoro's this, blah 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 blah." All I just said is that it's about his thing, and guess what happened? The sword.
Do we think that
And people didn't believe me until I slapped them in the face
mm,
with it.
I think Zoro is going to get another new sword, but I believe it's going to replace the main villain of One Piece, Stairs, the sacrifice made to the almighty god of One Piece, the
I have
Stairs.
a feeling Shishui is the one. Oh, you know what would be a way to mess Zoro up?
Mm,
Hold on, I have a good theory, and
Give her a shouting gun.
this is gonna freaking lose. I think this is gonna end up losing everybody's mind if Kowina comes back as one of the SSJ.
No. There wouldn't even be a reason for that.
The
There's no
body,
lore for that.
I mean, the body. She was experimented by Vegapunk.
No, that's
I
not
mean,
even a situation.
no, think about like this is. I know this is not gonna happen. It's just a throwing out of my ass in a way because, or do you think? Hold on. Do you? Because we don't know if we didn't see the body. Keep in mind, we didn't see the body of Kalina. We just know that.
The
You know,
stairs got to.
we no. Because I had a feeling that we didn't know. We didn't see if it's we didn't see if Kuina actually died. So could be Kuina is Tashigi with her memory lost, just like Sabo.
Well, I feel like that's a very early on theory for One Piece, right? Because
If that's the case, then because a smoker said that when Chishigi was found, she didn't have any family. She doesn't even know.
idea,
Yeah,
what if Zoro has had haki for much longer than Luffy, and he just never realized it?
he
But he
didn't
can
realize
still
it.
feel, but he can still feel the haki coming off of others, right? And
Yeah,
maybe when looking at Tashigi, he felt a familiar aura, right?
yeah, yeah. That's why he destroyed Chishigi's glasses. It's like,
I,
yeah.
do- I don't believe that's the reason, right? But
I'm just joking.
I do believe that
I'm
they
just
will
pulling
have
things.
some reasoning to why Zoro is infatuated with
But it would,
Tashigi.
but I betcha, just this is just thing. If Oda is love to mess with us, he will pull out Kuina out of thing and break One Piece.
You know what? You know what? I just want all of like the
He already broke
side
One
characters
Piece.
from the East Blue, right? I want all of them to just come together, make their own like pirate crew,
No,
right?
but listen, he already broke One Piece with freaking revealings. Like we thought that Luffy's devil fruit was the gum gum fruit paramecia, when we know that it's a freaking Zoan, mythical Zoan fruit.
Mm, that is
That
true, but we also have smaller things, like for example, around the beginning of Wano, right? During the actual
mhm,
Wano arc, instead of the the war, we met a certain character with Frankie, right?
mhm, mhm.
That all the way back in chapter 1, right, with Higuma the bear, when they broke the saloon like door frame, suddenly it was fixed, and they
Yeah,
name dropped someone,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And I feel like Oda's petty enough to do something as small as that,
I
right?
mean,
Like maybe just a wanted poster of just like Tashigi, right?
no, but
Just
like if Oda brings Kuina back, that would destroy the fandom in
yeah.
sense of it. And keep in mind, destroy the fan. If she comes back, listen, if she comes back and she's part of the world government, we will have Tashigi versus Zoro.
That is true. I believe if Tashigi is Kuina,
I mean, not
that
Tashigi. I mean, Kuina versus Zoro. That's what I
yeah,
always call her.
I do
But yeah.
believe that if they were the same person, I believe that um we would, since we haven't seen anything from Smoker, imagine if we just saw a wanted poster, right? Like in a newspaper, just like in the a bottom corner, right? Just like Oda hiding it. We just
Oh.
see like
You just gave
uh
me something. Hold on. You just gave me. Could it be that Vegapunk is plant? Because maybe. Like, because the father, I think he's sketchy. So do you think that he gave his daughter's DNA to and then experiment to Shigi?
Is Vegapunk Oda? Or I feel like we've gone across multiple different avenues with this man or Doctor. Is Vegapunk Oda?
Yes.
Because it feels like he has a little bit, just a smeensy bit, just too much control over what has been happening in the One Piece story,
I mean,
right?
Vegapunk is literally a researcher, but he is like Oda. I mean,
Yeah,
he's like Oda's dark personality, the dark side of Oda.
I just every time I think of,
I'm starting
imagine
to think
every
that,
time
guys,
you go on the
guys,
screen, it
guys.
just
I'm starting to think that Vegapunk is the dark side of Oda.
yeah, just every time we see Vegapunk in the anime, right? It's just that picture, that one picture of Oda smiling, right? And whenever Vegapunk speaks, it's just like stop motion, right? The mouth is just like kind
Oh
of
my
cut
god!
open
You know what's
and just
funny?
like
You know
just
what's
up
funny?
and down.
You know what's funny? I draw what Vegapunk would might look like, and because I love to draw, and as I was drawing, and I
I'd
have to
love to
find
have
that
art.
picture. I was gonna try to find that picture, but I draw a Vegapunk with big hair with goggles that looks like Oda.
Hmm. Now that is interesting. Could this be not the first time that you mentioned this?
Huh?
This little theory of ours?
Guys, I think we broke the fourth wall. The Vegapunk is Oda.
Who cares about the fourth? We are at the fifth wall now, okay?
You know what? It'll be funny just to joke around. Let's make a video saying Vegapunk is Oda.
Make it the most serious video possible, right?
Like,
I
let's
mean,
put the evidence. Oh, this and this and this and this, and it was like people are like, "Oh my god, is this true?"
I mean, like, it's going to be the next, like, you know that one theory video of like the One Piece is actually at Eni's lobby? It's going to be the next that, I promise. Is going to be too wild for anyone to believe, but everyone has to see it.
I mean, I will do it, and I will make sure I put the evidence, especially all the evidence.
Ah, yes. Wait a minute. Wait. So, what would that make the world government? If Vegapunk, does that make the world government like publishing companies, or how does
Yes,
that work?
he's basically the war government is Shueisha, and then the Marines are technically the publishers.
I. Mm,
The
does that
people,
make every Pacifista a new chapter in One Piece?
no,
I
new
mean,
new chapters are basically the warlords getting beat.
mm,
If you think about it, they're surrounded seven, and then they get beaten. Like the moment Luffy steps in, gets beaten. All
well,
seven
I mean,
won.
like,
I mean, technically,
if we
Luffy
look
just
at the Paramount War,
think about it. Luffy destroyed all the Shishibukai.
I mean, like,
I mean, he defeated
kinda.
Crocodile. He listen. He destroyed freaking Crocodile. Then after Crocodile, let's just say Kuma. Okay. Then Moria, Kuma and Moria. Then he made a freaking empress in love with him. So keep that in mind. Then you have freaking Doflamingo. He beat Doflamingo. After Doflamingo, he kind of like destroyed, except for
Okay.
and
Let's
then
just make one thing
Mihawk.
clear,
Mihawk
okay?
was freaking. Oh yeah, I can't touch it because freaking
Yeah.
Shanks.
Let's make
So
one thing clear. He did not beat Kuma, right? After time skip, he
I
beat
know
a
he did.
random pacifista, and before time skip, Kuma beat him consistently.
I know,
All
but
right.
I was just saying. But anyway, that's what I meant. And then like freaking Mihawk, and then you have so we have Crocodile, we have Doflamingo, we have Boa Hanka, and then he befriended a Shishibukai who's Jinbe.
I mean, I feel like Ace befriended Jinbei, and then Jinbei was just like, "I'll take
I
care
mean,
of your brother, I
yeah, I
guess."
guess,
What? I
yeah.
don't
Well,
have anything to do, you know.
I mean, he did, and then after that, did those 2 years, like after he helped Luffy out, those two got to like,
Yeah.
oh
And then once we got to Whole Cake, right? I mean, he was just full parental mode, right? Just
yeah, yeah,
left Big Mom, period, strictly for Luffy,
yeah.
right?
And then when Wano, he's like chill, like yay,
Yeah. I mean, we can go all the way back to that just the one moment after Ace got the big donut. Okay.
Luffy
And
destroyed Shichibukai. It's just like One Piece.
yeah.
Oda destroyed, and then let's just say the war. Let's just say the revolutionary is us.
Mm,
If you think about it, we're kind of constantly battling Oda.
what does that make pirates?
No, I mean not
What
constantly.
does that
It's
make
more.
pirates?
It's like we're more of like we like Oda because we like we like he's Vegapunk, but he's
Hmm.
also we're also in thing, but we want things to like destroy the world government. Basically, we
Yeah.
want to see Toei. Let's just say make world government Toei and Shueisha.
So
Um,
everyone hates the world government, even like the townspeople of just random countries. If we made the world government Toei, then they would have a lot more hate than just the revolutionaries and like pirates, right? Everyone would hate them. They would not be, they wouldn't even
and
be
the
able.
pirates are the people who got who wants freaking out
Yeah.
of yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, but like the sole reason I believe and why One
Mhm,
Piece has not been given the most respect, at least in America, right,
mhm.
for being basically, in my opinion, the greatest manga of all time, right? If we
I
just
mean,
go on numbers,
technically, it's
storytelling,
beating Batman for rank number two.
I mean, like, there's not really
Insane.
much you can say after that, you know? But
But
I
you
feel like
know,
we're
but
not
you,
getting the most respect that we deserve, specifically because Toei Animation cannot, for the life of them, make a good contribute to any animation.
I
Period.
mean, he technically they did good in Wano, but if
That
we're,
wasn't them. That wasn't them.
I mean, if they remove Wano, I am scared. I don't know.
I
That's
mean, like, Wano, the actual Wano arc was really nice, for One Piece, right? Because everyone else had already gotten, that big boost except for Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball was kind of,
eh flopped.
yeah.
It flopped.
And I mean, like, the war completely changed the animation game. I mean, like, if you look at like Crunchyroll's YouTube channel, then I guarantee you're going to see like 15 One Piece clips of just Wano as of late, just because that's how popular it's getting, specifically because of the animation. Because no one would have cared if that animation
No,
was even a
but like,
little lower.
yeah, because I think the reason they're doing that is because they don't want to get Demon Slayer because One Piece is already at the top, and they feel, oh well, Demon Slayer is getting so thing. But to be honest, the only reason why Demon Slayer is as popular as it can is because of the anime. Because technically, I read the manga, I just did not want to argue with people, but I did not like it.
It is the absolute mid.
Mid.
It is mid.
So in animation wise, yes, I believe it's high.
But it's like Attack on Titan, right?
Yeah.
It's it's really really good, but if the animation was like One Piece, if the animation was like say
If
Dressrosa,
if the animation is just like let's just say if the story of Attack on Titan and the animation, let's just say Attack on Titan is the same kind of like strong story, just like One Piece, and has a good animation, then
then what happened to Attack on Titan?
it becomes
They were
popular.
working so well that they had to go on 3 separate breaks for one season, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I understand that it Attack on Titan is amazing, but
It's
you have
okay.
to realize
It is
that
okay. It's not one.
yeah,
It's not okay. It's One Piece is always at the top. I'm sorry to
yeah.
say that.
One
Like,
Piece is always at the top of the list, no matter the situation.
like, listen, guys. I get it that don't give me excuse that saying, oh, One Piece has so many episodes, so many stuff, so
The
many
same
things.
people who say that rewatch Dragon Ball and Naruto,
I
right, which have
know.
basically the same amount
Like,
of episodes.
I don't like you watch Dragon Ball, you watch freaking Black Clover, you watch so many episodes that is running, and then you complain about, oh, One Piece has that, bruh. You
And
know
then
what?
you
You
complain
know
that,
what?
oh my god, this series shouldn't have ended so fast. I wanted to
You
see more.
you know that the series that is overpast One Piece, Detective Conan. Then Detective Conan is Hajime Ippo. That boxing has so many episodes and freaking manga chapters. So yeah, you can't really call One Piece like a giant when those have giants are their own.
I mean, like, I understand that some people think that One Piece is like grandiose, right? Like Oda is a very smart person when it comes to, you
Hmm.
know, not being able to pace his story correctly,
Yeah.
right? That sounded like an insult, and it is. It really is. But
Hey, look, listen. For me, like I'm into anime a lot. Like since I was a child, I love anime, and I'm like older now. But for me, the reason I fell in love with One Piece, it's actually the long series. And now, don't keep in mind, I watch a lot of long series. Like I watch Yu Yu Hakusho. That's a long series too. Too. Keep in mind. Yu Yu
mhm.
Hakusho was a long series. So if you can watch Yu Yu Hakusho and have a problem with One Piece, that's a hypocrite.
I'm
And then
sorry, but if you could watch Yu-Gi-Oh, right, then you need to watch One Piece, okay? It's a better use
or
of your time
Evangel, oh, like the
with how
rom-
many Yu-Gi-Oh series there are and how little actual
oh,
gameplay knowledge that you will
Pokemon.
gain.
Hey, Pokemon.
No, I tried to have that argument with someone, right? You may know them, I'm not sure, but they specifically used the argument that, oh well, Pokemon isn't technically all one story because Ash stays the same age. Okay, but you still watched all of it, didn't you? Right? Who
I mean,
cares about if it's a story or not? You still watched
I
all of
mean,
it.
look at, okay. You don't push it. Oh, like I get that you push it about Ash being stayed young, but still, you don't go saying Ash is staying. Why is the story not progressing? What the heck? With One Piece, they actually progressed to Luffy having no crew at the beginning to Luffy being the emperor. Like, look at that even gap. You with it's like a journey. Like,
And
oh my
even
god.
still today, they say like, "Oh, well, I mean, like any other anime could have done this exact same story in like 3 years." No, they couldn't have
No, they could not have.
because
Like,
Oda
forget that
is
shit. You,
godsend.
but look at freaking Hunter x Hunter. You wanna go Hunter x Hunter? Like, I could go Hunter
Do
x
you
Hunter.
want One Piece to turn into Hunter x Hunter? All right, do you not want any more chapters for One Piece? Okay, you want
People's
it on a permanent
like,
hiatus?
this is like Hunter x Hunter. Oh, if that's the case, people will lose their shit.
I mean, like, do you want Oda to just consistently make new Twitters over and over and over again saying that One Piece is coming back when it really isn't?
Yeah. Nah,
I mean,
I
no
will
one
lose
wants
my
that.
shit. I will lose my shit if that's okay. And
Yeah.
then freaking Fairy Tale, who has a lot of episodes too, you watch that too. So why are you graping on freaking One Piece, who technically has a thing? It has a great story.
It has an amazing story. Literally, I would say the best story. Like, the pacing, trash, right? But the
But
story
I don't
is
care about
the
listen to me.
greatest in all of
I don't
anime
care
slash
about
manga, in
pacing.
my opinion.
Listen, I don't pay attention to pacing because for me, all I wanted is that because what I enjoy about One Piece is that if I let the chapter like if I don't do like usually like if I wasn't doing this like chapter thing, I would let the chapter and or I'll wait until an arc is over, then read through them. The experience is mind boggling change.
Yeah, I would say that One Piece is something that everyone should experience at least once in their lives. They should give One Piece a try,
People
and that is
think
all.
that Dragon Ball is like a god compared to One Piece or freaking Naruto.
I'm sorry, but Dragon Ball is just Dragon Ball. It didn't even influence that many like manga. But like Bleach, if you look at the big three, right? There's a reason people say Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece.
But people gravitate to Naruto and Bleach.
I mean, like that's just because like Naruto
Ninjas,
is split up
ninjas
into different
were the
series. Bleach
pirates.
ended, well, quote unquote, ended a long time ago.
No, but they joke around like what I hear is like ninjas are more cooler than pirates. That's why.
Yeah. Okay, well, your ninja doesn't even have the
Yeah.
main ability of him. I mean, like, Luffy can now solo the verse because Sasuke can't fight anymore, right? He has lost every battle, right? Since basically every battle since
they
he
kind of
escaped
nerfed.
Boruto.
They nerfed Naruto and Sasuke and
They didn't
Boruto.
just nerf Naruto. Naruto can no longer use any of his actual like move sets anymore. The only thing he has now is Sage mode. And
Yeah,
that's it. Because like rest in peace, Big Dog. Big
yeah.
Doggy.
Big Doggy Komura.
Yeah. So like you
He's
have
no
no
longer.
protection
See,
against
see,
Toon
see, see.
Force
Wait,
anymore.
wait, wait, wait,
Right?
wait. Say this argumental. Say, oh, Luffy can solo Luffy. Duh, in Boruto he can't. He's like, let's just say he's no longer the god of because you could say, okay, we could do a power scaling anime. Okay, we could
Mm-hmm.
do. Okay, we have Goku at the top of Ultra Instinct. Okay, and then we have Saitama. Whatever. Then you have Bleach, Naruto, who was considered the god of like shinobi, and then we have Luffy, who we really don't know what's his power until Gear 5, who's technically has the devil fruit of a god.
I activate
So,
my field spell, Toon World.
and you know what's funny is that since in Boruto they still continue Naruto, Naruto lost his power. No more
Naruto
God.
lost Big Doggy.
No more power. He's no longer God. Guess who replaced the God thing? Luffy, because Luffy has the Nika
In
fruit.
all honesty, right? Because of the way that, at least like, just
And that's
correct me
how
if I'm
smart
wrong here,
Oda
but if,
is.
if
That
Luffy
is how.
sees Naruto, like, or just like hears about Kuruma while he's
Mhm.
in Gear 5, can he just not make an artificial Kuruma for himself?
No, no,
And
no. But you know what's
because,
funny? No, no, no. What you know? What's funny is that people compares. Oh, like they will say Naruto can beat Luffy. No dip, no drip, bruh. He is an 33 years old now, and he doesn't have Karama anymore. Luffy is only, let's say, 19. He's the emperor, has a gear 5. He is on his, let's just say, in his peak. Who would win?
I mean, like, you have to think about this, right? I mean, like, the only
And he
way,
has
being that Naruto does
a
not
form!
have haki, meaning that he is a pre-time skip strength villain, if we were to put these people on scales, right?
You know
That would
what? You know
mean
what? Just to trigger the entire anime community, just to do that, I'm gonna do a One Piece versus Naruto, aka slash Boruto.
no, 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 not even. Do one of those like really, really bad like power scaling video where you just show one form of Luffy and then just like other pictures of Naruto characters. And then it's just Luffy coming out on top and everything, right? You don't explain why. It's just it does,
No,
right?
but Luffy, in technically, because if you think about it, out of all the anime characters, in Ichigo, he's already old and stuff. Same with Naruto. They already finished their story, and let's just say he continued in Boruto. Luffy, who's the person who carries One Piece, technically his adventure was like, okay, we were with him until he was 17, 2 year time skip, 19. He's 19, and look how powerful that dude is. And he's like
We have
basically
to
like a
realize
god.
something that he has not once gotten a real break. And it's not even that he doesn't want to. It's specifically that it's it's just that he goes into things with I'm gonna get stronger by saving these people mindset, and he doesn't even realize it,
And you know what's
right?
funny? You know what's funny? You know how in Naruto, in order to get stronger, you need to train, right?
Yeah.
Well, Luffy got stronger because every time he goes to an island to his crew, they start fighting, and that's how his training is.
Wait a minute. Luffy
Yeah,
in a
if you
hyperbolic time chamber.
no no think about it, because you wonder, like people's like wonder how is Luffy so strong, like think like he's not training, like people have grapes about that, they call him hacks. What I explained it to them is that Luffy, every time he goes to different islands, he defeats stronger opponents, gets stronger and stronger. That is his training. To yes, I get it, you're so used to Naruto, okay, stop, train and stuff, and then he gets a satisfying thing. With Luffy's case, he gets that. The only time he actually stopped for training was the 2 year time skip, because they weren't ready. They weren't prepared. They weren't stuff. So that is
They
the
weren't
reason why they needed.
idiots like Eustace Kid.
Yeah. That's why they
Yeah.
need to prepare, and that's why they train. But that's the only 2 year time skip. But in technically, like think about it. The Fishman Island Luffy, like with the current, let's just say Wano, let's just say let's go Luffy against Kaido in that current time. Do you think Luffy would beat Kaido? No, of course not. So what Oda did is each saga goes on and on and on and on and then on. So the more fights he gains, the more fights he can with Kaido.
I mean, yeah. Like, for some reason, people think that Luffy wins every fight, but that's the thing, right? Luffy is the one protagonist I'd say like gets beaten down more than he wins fights, and that might be surprising for a lot of people. But The
but he
moment
has
where
a
we all
very
saw
low
that Crocodile
endurance.
drained all
Yeah.
of the liquid out of Luffy,
Yeah.
that is when we started realizing he's probably not going to win every fight nor
No,
beat every villain we come across.
of course not. But the more fights he is, the more feats he has, the more experience he has, the more he could train. Like, think of, because like people have like I talked to so many people. They were like graping on Luffy about why is Luffy not like Naruto training? He needs to train in order to think. Because they were saying he can't beat Kaido, and this thing about fifth gear they call it hacks because it's like they just want to think. I said to them, look, okay, Fish, I get it. Luffy would not be strong. Current Fishman Island Luffy currently would not able to beat Kaido. But what did Oda did? He made a saga where one point A to point B, right? So he goes to Punk Hazard. After Punk Hazard, he wants to Dressrosa. After Dressrosa, he goes to Zoe. After Zoe, he went to Whole Cake. After Whole Cake, he went to Wano. You see what
Right.
I mean?
And like in all of those, he died. Almost. But still he died. And like
He
I'll
get
say
beat up
this.
the
I feel like I abuse this little fact a little too
yeah.
much because whenever someone says, "Well, does he beat Goku though?" I just say, "Well, I mean, if you look in the manga, then all he has to do is look at Ultra Instinct or Super Saiyan, and then like he can just do it to himself and
Technically,
just be."
why? Technically, I always joke around. This is just a meme. The thing
Yeah,
technically Luffy has his own Sharingan.
I mean, technically, Luffy could go Super Saiyan
No,
and like
like
Tails
I
Beast.
told
Tails
them.
Beast.
I always mess with people. I say Luffy has his own Sharingan because he copies like the like the what's that guy's name, Buffalo. He was copying like, oh, I saw your 10 step stuff. Yeah, I just copied it, and now it's my weapon.
Yeah. I mean, like, he definitely found a little inspiration from Kakashi with that one, right?
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like Gear
Luffy
5
out
is
of
going to be a whole other
listen,
level because,
Luffy out of any anime, and people can call me out. I don't care right now. I don't care. But out of any battle shonen series, Luffy's the smartest when it comes to battle. Because Koku, I get it, he trains power and stuff, but that's all he can do.
that,
Luffy, he has creatives to create moves, combats, styles that he can do to his body.
I have a
Also, he
counterpoint.
figure out how to strategy to his opponent. He doesn't do the same move like freaking. If you think about it in a shonen perspective, you see all characters do the same move over and over, and same combat move over and over to do the same impact move. Like you could say My Hero Academia did the same thing. You could say freaking Demon Slayer do the same thing. You can even say Jujutsu Kaisen. You can even say like Naruto did the same thing. Even freaking what's that called? Bleach, Dragon Ball, especially. So with Luffy, he goes creative. Like he goes, oh, Goma Goma fireworks, Goma Goma UFO, Goma Goma this and that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I understand that point.
I mean,
Now, here
like
comes my counterpoint, all right?
no,
Now,
but think about it in a perspective. Like Luffy doesn't use those in regular fights. Like, yeah, he uses like pistol, he uses jet pistols and stuff. But in when he's battling or when he's doing some kind of stuff, he finds a way to combat thing. Like, yeah, I get it. In Naruto, Naruto did the same thing. But in Luffy's case, he's kind of like he has to be beaten down in order for him to find a loophole. Like, I think Luffy's has more endurance and loophole than most of the. That's what I'm trying to mean.
I definitely agree with some of what you're saying, but
Yeah.
like The highest battle IQ is not because like Goku, right?
Nah, I
He just
don't think
wants
so.
a really good fight to be even. He doesn't really want to kill people, right? There are very rare occasions where he actually wants to kill people, right? I mean, like even really physically harm them. Like
Yeah,
even if he goes too far, then he might apologize, right?
yeah.
And let's not forget the great Zinzu being crisis,
Oh God.
right? No, and then we have Naruto, who, well, he uses his mouth more than he should, and I think
Talk,
Wanda
talk, no
from,
jutsu.
I think Scarlet Witch might have a little. If Scarlet Witch touched Naruto, it might be a little. Naruto might be a
Yeah,
little faster, you know.
yeah,
Yeah. Meanwhile, Luffy, right? He genuinely wants to kill
yeah.
people, harm them, physically abuse them. And the best part is, he's already an enemy of the government, meaning that he doesn't want to turn you in nor make you do what's right. He just wants you to stop living. So he will go through whatever lengths he has to go through,
Yeah.
whether it's playing fair or playing dirty, right? And there are often times where he does, respect his opponent, right? And know that their goals just don't align, not so much as they're doing something wrong or, they're really against each other. For example, Katakuri, right?
Mhm.
From Katakuri's perspective, this
Yeah.
random pirate just invaded, you know, uh, just basically crashed a birthday party that he wasn't invited to, right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Luffy's perspective was, well, you got my boy. So you can't really compare those two things,
I mean,
right?
if you think about it in perspective, like I'm saying this as a creative, like his, like with Oda, his Devil Fruit is broken, like freaking broken cartoon, uh, and stuff. It's like combining a Sharingan, combining freaking hockey, like
I said before, I activate my field spell, Toon World.
no. But if you think about it, Luffy's power is insane because if you okay second gear he can technically have ultra instinct in second gear, so let's just add that in Goku's
Yeah,
stats, and then we have him that he can catch opponent's ability like a Sharingan to Kakashi. Let's just say he can do that.
yeah. He can
We
also
can,
increase his size and, maneuver his
yes,
body a lot more than normally without having to use air compression
yeah, and then we
techniques.
have hockey, who is a spiritual thing. Three types of hockey, let's just say, or four if you're adding some sorts. But seriously, those. Um, and we have key blast, aka kind of like chakra kind of thing. It's like hockey. Anyway,
Can we just say, right, that if Luffy were to use Conqueror's Haki, right, in a room full of all of Naruto's main characters and all of Dragon Ball's main characters, the only like four that are standing are going to be Goku and Vegeta, and Naruto and Sasuke, and Goku's going to be weak because his entire nothing. He has no will. He just goes with the flow with literally everything. There's nothing that that
I
man wants
I mean,
except for
okay,
fight.
I got a question to ask because people say, "Oh, Ultra Instinct is so powerful, it's so thing." Like I read, like what is it? Like, is it ability to be super fast, or is it
It is
ability?
not it is it is the hyper awareness of one's environment, right? I mean, like, it is not something exclusive to Dragon Ball. It is a real martial arts technique that people have trained themselves to just understand the environment to a point where they don't even have to try in order to avoid things, right? And they're just
I'm just laughing because we have that technically.
yeah. I mean, like, it's essentially just hyper
Hockey,
reflexes.
hockey.
It's just reflexes. That's all it is.
Okay, you have Katakuri.
Haki is a better version of Ultra Instinct because with Ultra Instinct, you don't read your opponent's moves. You just dodge them. That's it.
And you can feel your opponent. You can okay in hockey. You can feel your. You can predict the future, like sees the future. You can
Depending on your
even
strength,
dodge.
of course.
Yeah, you have observation hockey. You can, bruh.
I mean, like, Katakuri could probably solo Ultra Instinct Goku, right? If they were put into just like a normal match, right? Where the first one to hit the other one, then can we very calmly say that Katakuri would win that? Just
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Katakuri, if let's
But,
even give
but
Goku like armament hockey just so he could even hit Katakuri.
I
That
mean, because
still
he
wouldn't even
can't.
matter.
I mean, he can't hit. Like, if you think about it, Goku cannot hit Katakuri. He's a freaking. You need armament.
Yeah, and he can't use like Luffy's offense where he just like for example just grabbed him with a very large projectile, right? Unless
Yeah,
you're talking about the Dragon Ball manga, of which we shall not get into for people who have not read the Dragon Ball manga because
yeah.
One Piece.
One Piece.
But normally Goku cannot create giant objects and or limbs in order to um
I mean,
touch
this is
things.
why it makes me sad that One Piece is. People think One Piece is weak. When really
Yeah.
it's. If you think about it, One Piece can truly destroy. Can
I
them.
mean, like, you have to realize that people
People like
probably
this.
think,
People say, "Oh, Naruto can solo Luffy."
okay, well, how is Naruto going to harm Luffy? Considering that I don't believe that Naruto has any, you know, cutting.
Rasengan.
Sasuke might be able to because,
I mean,
he's.
he has a shuriken Rasengan.
I mean, but does that really cut? I don't think that really
Yes, it
cut.
does.
I
It got
mean, it's
it
more of an
slice.
illusion, though.
It slice.
Like,
If you watch the pain, it slice.
yeah, okay, fair enough.
He has a
Yeah,
slice.
okay. Hmm.
But the only one who can deal damage is Sasuke. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Cause like
but what Luffy can do is just destroy Sasuke's weapon.
not
I
to
mean,
mention, he's also immune to any lightning attacks that Sasuke attempts to, any
even
lightning or
fire,
any fire, right? Except for I guess the Mataratsu. Does that does that count? Would that count?
the fire,
Yeah, because I mean, like,
the dark flame. I don't know, but
okay,
the
he's
but
saying the
with
conditions of
but with
Mataratsu are
okay. Let's just say let's not add Sasuke. Let's just say Naruto and Luffy. Okay, we will have Naruto peak six. Just say six path to make it more fair. Six path, and then you have Luffy,
yes,
who's gear
six paths
five,
to make it more fair for Naruto.
to have a gear five Luffy.
I feel like we're going to be pissing off a lot of Naruto weebs.
Because if you think about it, if Naruto blasts Kuma, all Luffy has to do is take like his entire surrounding, make a wall out of it, and there.
It's over immediately.
And then if he just do a giantification, if Kuma's like, okay, I'm gonna do giantification, Luffy could do that with his gear 5, then he could actually touch lightning.
Over. I'm just like, it's not just lightning. Could he
And
steal the Rasen Shuriken out of the air? Would that be a thing? Because he is lightning speed, and the Rasen Shuriken is not as fast as lightning, right?
true, he can. But one thing that I think would be is that he has stronger armament. Armament hockey cannot destroy even sword or thing. It's like a freaking strong as diamond or freaking.
Just imagine. I mean, like, just Luffy standing still and says, "If you can make me say 'ow' even once, you win the fight." What does Naruto do against that?
Nothing.
Exactly. Just like, I mean, like, even though this is a really stupid way, unless you have like incredible armament hockey, covering your entire body in armament hockey to a non-hockey user is going to be insane.
No, but okay. Luffy, all he has to do is dodge all Naruto's attacks. Okay, keep that in mind. He
Mhm.
can, if Naruto Big do a planetation devastation, all Luffy has to do is use rubber, just so like he did to Kaido. Just do that, block his attack because freaking Kaido freaking blast him just like how he thing. Then
I
after
can just
that,
imagine
yeah,
Luffy
and
like
then
turning
he
into a
goes
giant again.
and then he goes giant, kicking Naruto and stuff, and get this giant size King Kong or something so big, like how he defeated Doflamingo, punch Naruto all the way through, breaking
Not even
Kuma's.
that. I can just imagine Luffy turning into a giant and like playing dodgeball or like juggling the
Or no, no,
planetary
no. Yeah,
devastations.
or grabbing Kuma's tail and then like ooh.
Yeah. I mean, wait a minute. Wait. So considering that Gear 5 is a passive skill to people who are just in the vicinity of Luffy as well, do we think that like Kuruma would just turn into like a tiny fox, right? Would that work?
No,
I mean like
that'll be super broken, but no.
yeah, cuz if
We
Luffy
okay. We don't really know
sees
much about Luffy's ability until it flesh him
yeah,
more. The more
yeah.
he uses
But we do know that Luffy often wants like giant things to either eat them or for them to be his pets, right? Like that is a very common thing for Luffy to idealize, right?
Yeah.
So if
It took
he were
Naruto a until he think to befriend a thing, but with Luffy, he just smacked it, and there you go. He became friends.
I mean, fair enough. I mean like let's see. Okay, so the the beginning of Wano, right? Um the time skip, right? All the creatures on the time skip island, right?
Yeah.
Um, weren't there dinosaurs at some point as
Yeah.
well? Yeah. Uh, Luffy has a wide repertoire of animal cruelty under his belt, right?
But you know what's funny? He gets lucky. That's one thing that most Luffy has is luck, charm, and thing. You could say, okay, people would say, oh, Naruto has the power of what's that called? Talk no jutsu. But Luffy has the charming no jutsu where he can just charm people.
I mean, if Luffy and Goku got into a fight, then they would legitimately just say, "Hey, I'm kind of hungry. Do you just want to go eat some ramen or something?" And they would both leave.
Yeah.
Right? Just like, "Do you wanna go eat some meat or something?"
Yeah.
Both of them gone immediately.
Gone.
And we know this is the case because that one very interesting crossover between Dragon Ball and One
But you
Piece.
know what's funny? Okay, let's have this is gonna trigger a lot of people, and I want to troll people and trigger them. Let's just have Luffy versus Goku in the eating contest. Who's gonna win?
In my opinion, Luffy. 'Cause
Yeah.
the Saiyans may have a great appetite, but, like, they can't burn it off like Luffy running for, like, 2 minutes and then suddenly I mean, no, they can't do that.
I mean, Luffy, like remember in Hoke, he was eating Cracker Shield, and then later on
Yeah.
he went thing, and Nami's like, "What the? Where did you?"
Where did the fat go? Oh, don't worry, it's just out there in the woods.
And then he eats another. Like, I'm still hungry.
And then even after that, the Katakuri fight, when he gets buried, right, in mochi, he
Yeah,
eats his way out, and then he runs for like 5 seconds,
yeah,
and then poof, back to normal.
yeah.
I mean, Luffy, it's not even a metabolism. It's just he can lose weight in an abnormal amount of
I am
time.
so jealous. If a girl have that kind of ability, I would actually be
I
because
want
I
the
love to.
inverse of that ability. I'm way too skinny.
No, because I love. Listen, I love to eat, but I want to also be skinny. So I wish I have that kind of like thing with Luffy.
If I could, I would switch my metabolism with you just
Yeah,
because I need more meat on my bones, right? I
yeah.
mean, like this shirt is a lot small, bigger than you think
Because
it
I
is.
want to eat a lot, and then I'm like, but at the same time, like, oh, you can't eat a lot. I'm like, oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, I have only just realized that we have spent around an hour not talking about chapter 1059, right?
Yeah,
And it
I
has
mean,
been 2 hours.
we do this all the time. Like, this is
Yeah.
what we talk about in One Piece. But anyway, I'm just saying that honestly, guys, I'll be honest with you. Luffy can beat the entire anime world. Like, it's not even a joke.
Whatever power you have, Luffy can look at it and say, "I want that," and has it. I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean, technically, he has a freaking Sharingan. He's like, thing. If he sees something cool, he will imitate it. Like he did it to the Whirlpool. You remember what he did when he was fighting against Arlong? He copied that weird this fan wheeling thingy. He was like going to that cow thing. It was hilarious.
and we cannot forget that he has revived himself recently, right? Like, I'm not sure if he can do that again, but he can activate and deactivate Gear 5 at will, right?
Yeah.
Or at least that's what I got from it. Some people don't really believe that that was the case, but in my opinion, I don't, because originally some people thought that was the drawback, that Luffy got extremely old after he used Gear 5, right?
Hmm.
But he just activated right back, and as soon as the fight was over and he, nothing happened, he was just back to his normal self. So I think that was just another instance of him using his Gear 5 to sort of taunt Kaido in some
Hmm.
way, because we don't know the drawback yet, considering that Luffy seems
I
fine,
mean,
right?
I feel like he the drawback is being old because you're using too much of your entire energy and stuff and
I
things. So
mean,
I
like, Luffy's life force is, he probably only has like 2 or 3 years left with how often he used
um
Gear
yeah,
2.
true. But like I said, he already took away 10 years expansion, then second gear, and
I mean,
then
like, let's count. Just if we do the math, how many years do you think Luffy has left? Let's say that he lives to be around, say,
30. I would say 30.
I mean, without, if he never used any of that, let's say he lived around 80, how much of a decrease would that be with all the times he's used Gear Second? First off, uh, if we are going off of your weakness for Gear 5, right?
Mhm.
I mean, like, that
I would
is,
I would say
that's scarier.
he would reach about 30 to 30, 29. I would give it 29. He'll die at the age of
I'll give
29.
him 5 years. He won't even reach that.
I would give it
24.
20 because Oda is already draw Luffy being old. So why
Well,
would he do
yeah,
that?
but that was
Even
again just a what if, right?
I mean, he kind of put it in SBS, and you know how he is. He can also change it, and you never know. Maybe, like I said, maybe Vegapunk can make. People have been hunting. Oh,
I have a
Law
feeling you're really excited about meeting Vegapunk for some
I do.
reason.
And people will say, "Oh, Law sacrificed himself to give Luffy the eternal surgery." Yeah, that
While
theory.
that may be cool and all, I don't think it's gonna happen ever. I mean, like, Law does not respect Luffy enough for that. And like I don't think after
Pe-
Wano he
people
ever wants to
said
make a
that.
plan with Luffy or any of the Straw
Yeah,
Hats ever again.
people were saying, and that theory came out when the surgery and stuff, when they were saying Josh Rose say, oh, um Luffy needs eternal surgery because he could get killed by Kaido or Doflamingo. So Law has to sacrifice. And that was such a popular theory. I was like, here, like, okay.
It is incredible how many people think that Law doesn't absolutely despise Luffy by now. I mean, like,
I mean, Luffy saw him as a crew.
I mean, like,
A crewmate, like, Law, do this, do the thing. I mean,
and then
okay,
the very second that Law is free of, their alliance, he says, I don't know you. You
I
go
don't
your
know
way, I go
you.
mine. We're not helping each other. And when I see you next time, it is on site. We are going to fight to the death. All right?
I will kill you.
I will kill you.
I will kill you. I know your weakness.
Don't forget, I got my awakening too.
I got my weakness. I know your weakness, Lou.
Now, ooh, wait a minute. Do you think Luffy can move his organs?
I
Like,
mean, yeah. I mean, if
because
he's
he can
rubber,
change the physiology of his own body in Gear 5 much
yeah.
more than just like elasticity, right?
You
Because
know,
Luffy normally can't really like.
you know one thing, something funny. Remember what Jimbis said that when he said about Blackbeard was hunting devil fruits, right? And then he's like, "Oh, they're after stronger devil fruits." And then they was like, "Maybe they were after your devil fruit." And we were like, a lot of people were pounding, like, "Huh? Really? Devil fruit? Luffy's devil fruit is rubber. Why would you know?"
Probably, I mean, like, I feel like even before anyone knew what it was, like, that's a really strong devil fruit. If that devil fruit came into the real world and you watched One Piece, you would know exactly what to train immediately. I mean, like, everyone who just in their room, just like door
Yeah.
closed, right? Hopefully, no one was home. Just like it's like the people who just tried to scream as loud as possible when no one was home, trying to go Super Saiyan as a kid. It's
Oh
like
God, I
you
remember.
know all the people trying to go Gear Second are going to be
Yeah, but
ecstatic.
that would destroy your wall, even if you.
No
That's
one cares.
you're in your house.
Oh well, the house is expendable.
How are you
Okay,
gonna explain to your parents? What happened here?
explain what? I have Gear Second. I'm essentially light speed for them. Okay,
No, they're gonna
they
expect
only
like after you done your thing, your like experimental. Your parents comes in the room. What's that noise? What's this hole?
um I'm just gonna, and then you just zip away using your devil fruit. Also, I want to say, like the One Piece games, right? To put in
Mhm.
perspective, with One Piece World Seeker, they had a really bad mechanic, but really interesting thought that
Mhm.
Luffy would use his devil fruit kind of like Spider Man would, which makes sense. They only had two locations in the entire game where you could do this, and neither of them were useful to you in any way, right? But still, thinking about that was really, really interesting
Mhm.
because all of us would do that exact same thing, right? And we
Yes.
just pretend it's webs, right?
Also, I think that I just hope Vegapunk just doesn't experiment on Luffy.
I feel like we're gonna have to see Vegapunk just so I can debunk all of your theories about him.
Yeah, I want to. I want my theory to be get debunked.
You have a many of them.
Yes, I want that. Especially okay, and then I'm gonna add this just to end our thing. I think Nami is also an ancient weapon, just like Vivi and Shirahoshi.
No.
That's because
I
no, no,
think Nami
because
has
okay,
conqueror's haki
no,
actually.
no, because I don't know because she can like predict and feel the weather, but I feel like because in Oda state, if you have hockey, you will know this person. He will make known that this person has hockey and stuff. Because Nami has a way of predicting the weather. He has way of seeing. So I think she's the last Uranus. She's able to control the Uranus.
I feel like it's more so that Nami has the strongest conqueror's haki in the entire crew, and her conqueror's haki is the conqueror of money.
That is that no, no.
Yes, I
No,
mean
that
like
is not even
I mean
thing.
like
I'm
Tepero
just,
is
I
like
just want that. If Oda stated that Nami has hockey, I would be happier with that and debunk my thing. I will actually be more happy. But
I mean there
for
are
now,
actual theories because like recently in I think it was the second to last chapter, right?
mhm.
Where Nami beat on Luffy, put him in a Sea Prism Stone cage, right? We saw an actual aura around her, more so than just like fire. And like that got
That
some
may be
people
just
thinking.
a comedic kind of thing, you
Oh,
know.
we all know, but like, what if it isn't? You know?
You know how it is. Like it's a comedy thing. Like Nami even have fire coming out in her eyes because she's upset. So
Yeah, I mean, like, thinking about this though, Luffy was genuinely like harmed some of those times, and like it wasn't like even after the joke
I
ended,
I guess
like
he can't
he was
hit
still
Nami because Nami is a girl and he has huge respect to her. So
yeah,
he
but I
just
mean
let
like
he just let. I feel like I'll be honest with you, he let his guard down. Like he lets Nami hit him because I'm not gonna lie to you, and people can call me out. I feel like Luffy's masochist towards
well, I mean
Nami.
like it's not so much I because when you think about it, how does Nami harm Luffy without just bare hands and the bruises
He just
stick?
let him. He just let him.
But how?
He just let him. Like, oh, okay, Nami,
But
I won't focus. I won't do shit. Just hit me.
But like this happens even when Luffy is asleep, right? Like
Yeah.
the elasticity is still there even while you know Luffy's unconscious. It's not like a other Paramecias, for example, like Sugar.
I think Nami is like a joke kind of. It's a joke. I feel like her thing is like a
It
power.
started out as a joke, but
Yeah,
now the One Piece community has it by its horns, and we're
yeah,
not
but
letting go.
I don't think that. I think Oda's just gonna say, "Oh, Nami has this like comedy kind of thing, power comedy. That's why she can."
Oh yeah, it's definitely not like a real thing that Oda meant to do, but as soon as the S
No, but listen. If that's the case, if she can hit Luffy, why can she not use her super strength to freaking thing?
I mean, she kind of does at some points,
I mean,
to
why
her
can't she?
allies. To the
I mean,
allies.
if we could do is that why can she not just punch people instead of using her tonfa or something like thing? Why can't she do
I
it?
mean, look how muscular Usopp is. Why doesn't he just scrap?
I mean, because it's special thing. But I'm saying it's like if people are saying that Nami has a freaking hockey, why can't she not use it? That's what I'm trying to say.
Understandable, but I think the reason is that Nami doesn't really realize it, and it only comes around when she's extremely passionate about something, which is, well,
That's stupid.
you almost got me killed, even though you are literally my best friend slash all time
I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of
inspiration.
shipped like Nami and Luffy before uh what's it called? Bowen. Luffy, but I'm more
I should
towards.
have known in Luffy. I'm sorry, but like
I'm more
Luffy
like
is
kind of.
definitely aromantic.
No, I'm
Period.
kind of I kind of like Luffy and Nami with Boa and Thing, but I kind of in between them, so that's all. Anyway, guys, that's it for the the thing. We had a long conversation, but that was so much fun. I'm gonna be doing the next chapter, and if you're available next, I love to have you, and I might get more people to join us as well.
Hey, maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, like, my schedule is definitely flexible though,
All right.
especially for Fridays.
Okay. So, guys, I'll end the thing. Please subscribe, like the video, and make sure to go to his YouTube. I'll put it in the description below. Just make sure to uh you know, subscribe. Okay?
If you don't, I'll make sure that you will get experimented on.
Okay. Bye. Or Vegapunk is gonna come and take you away and experiment.